My name is Sarah Wilson, and I'm a biomechanical engineer at the Steadman Philippon Research Institute in Vail, Colorado. I was inspired to be a biomechanical engineer by all of my friends who got injured in extreme sports. When I was growing up, I was really interested in math and science, but I was also a very serious skier and rock climber and cyclist. And especially in skiing, I watched a lot of my friends get injured in competitions, and I wanted to help make sports safer for everybody. It took me a long time on my journey to figure out that biomechanical engineering was the right thing. The year after I graduated from college, I still didn't know what biomechanics was, and I was working in the ski industry and had a really rough season trying to figure out how to make a career out of being a skier. And I was so beaten down and frustrated that I decided to have a complete change of path, and I took 3 months off from work to get on my bicycle and ride it as far as I could. And over the course of that journey, I learned who I was, I learned that I could do anything, and I decided that I was going back to grad school. Now I'm a biomechanical engineer, and I get to help athletes not get hurt. The goal of my work is to impact patients every day by doing science that's going to change the way that we treat and care for athletes. In my lab, we have 7 different technologies that we can use to study how people move. And when we're designing a research study, we have to figure out what are the most important things to look at. We can't always use all 7 of them at once. In fact, we never use all 7 of them at once. But trying to figure out which 2 or 3 are going to give us the best answer for the question we're trying to solve. And so those types of questions and trying to narrow down into what are we really trying to solve helps drive the decision of which tools we're going to use. I am so inspired by the athletes that I work with and the other clinicians around me because I'm doing something different every day. It's so much fun to be jumping between sports, jumping between joints. I feel like I'm constantly learning. There's never a moment of boredom. There's a misconception that all bioengineers do tissue and cell stuff, and there's such a variety of careers within bioengineering. I'm on the biomechanical side, so I look at forces and torques on joints and joint loading. And then there's people on the other end of the spectrum who are doing tissue engineering, people who are making heart valves, people who are making prosthetics. I think that a lot of people forget how broad this field is. Find something that you love, whether it's sports or music or fashion. Find whatever it is that makes you tick and look around behind it and see where there's already science there. Sometimes it doesn't seem like sports and science can go together, but I'm an example of how to make it happen. If you teach a girl biomechanical engineering, then she can bring out the athlete in all of us.